Okay, picture this. I come home one afternoon, groceries in the truck, and there's a goddamn bulldozer sitting square across my driveway like it owns the place. And the guy behind it? He thought he could just borrow my land while I was overseas serving, lie on official paperwork, and accidentally torpedoed his entire multi-million-dollar dream neighborhood in the process. Yeah. I wish I was making this up, but buckle up, because this one's equal parts infuriating and kinda hilarious when you look back. See, I bought that little house back in 2019, way out in rural Oregon, not the hip Portland side, the real quiet side where the pavement ends, gravel begins, and the fir trees get so thick they muffle everything, even your thoughts. My place sits dead at the end of this narrow dirt road, the kind where if two pickups meet head-on, somebody's reversing a quarter mile. No neighbors breathing down your neck, no streetlights buzzing at night, just the creek gurgling behind the house like it's whispering secrets to the rocks. After years bouncing between army bases, deployments, constant noise, and chaos. Man, all I wanted was silence. Mornings where the loudest thing is some woodpecker going berserk on a dead snag. That was the dream. The land right next door, about 15 acres of untouched woods. Deer paraded through it every dawn like they paid property taxes. Peaceful. Until Trevor Holstead showed up. You know the type, designer sunglasses on cloudy days, boots too clean to have ever touched real dirt, voice just loud enough that you know he thinks everyone's hanging on his every word. First time I saw him, he was pacing the roadside on his phone. Maximize lot yield. Yeah, 14 units easy. Maybe gated entrance. Classic developer chant. He spots me grabbing mail, covers the phone real quick. Hey there, big confident grin. You live down here? I nod. Just bought next door, gonna turn it into something nice. Something nice. God, they always say that right before they level half the forest. I ask what nice means. Luxury woodland community, he shrugs, casual as hell. Private road, lights, probably 14 big homes. 14 houses. On land that had been nothing but trees and elk trails for decades. I tell him straight. Honestly, man, I kinda like it the way it is. He laughs, not cruel, just that brush-off chuckle people give when your opinion already lost before you opened your mouth. Trust me, he says, this place'll look way better when we're done. Then he turns right back to his call like I'm scenery. That should have been warning shot number 1. 2 months later the chainsaws start screaming. At first it's deep on his side, logging trucks groaning, heavy equipment rumbling in the distance. Annoying? Sure. Legal? Technically his land. Trees vanish in chunks, whole sections erased like someone hit delete on the landscape. I drive past every day watching his crew creep closer. But still, not my circus, not my monkeys. Or so I thought. Then this one Tuesday I roll up the gravel road like always, slam the brakes about 20 yards out. There's the bulldozer, not near my driveway, not beside it, straight across it. Blade dug into my gravel, tracks chewing right over my property line, one of my old wooden fence posts cocked sideways like it had been sucker punched. I just sit there in the truck staring. Thinking, okay, this has got to be temporary, right? Somebody's moving it any second. Nope. Worker ambles over, wiping dust off his gloves. You trying to get through? Yeah, that's my driveway. Shrugs like this is Tuesday. Park down the road for now. For now. That land's funny. For now. I repeat. Points back toward the site. Boss said this is part of the access easement. Easement. That word hit like a 2x4. Excuse me? The easement, he says slower. We're using this for construction traffic. I stare. There is no easement on my property. Another shrug. Talk to Trevor. Walks off like conversation over. So now I'm sitting there, ice cream melting in the back seat, forced to park half a mile away and hump grocery bags through the brush just to get inside my own house. That night I dig out every closing doc, survey deed. Read every damn page twice. No easement. Nothing. Pull up county records online. Parcel maps crystal clear. 0 right-of-way, 0 shared access, zilch filed. Meaning Trevor flat out told his crew to use my driveway. With 0 legal right. Next morning I call him, voicemail. Call again, voicemail. So I ring the county planning office instead. And that's when the real fun starts. Turns out his project got approved. But only because the paperwork included a sworn statement from Trevor claiming he'd secured temporary legal access through my driveway for the required second emergency route. Fire code thing. Big subdivisions need 2 ways and slash out so fire trucks don't get boxed in. He told the county it was handled. News to me. Worse, I walk outside, really look, and see they'd already dumped fresh gravel, maybe 15 feet past my boundary marker. They weren't just blocking, they were building their damn construction road onto my land. That's when it flipped from annoying to personal. Because guys like Trevor always bank on the same thing, that the little homeowner won't push back. Complain? Sure. Lawyer up? Maybe. But eventually tire out and fold. What he didn't know, I'd just spent years in the army learning patience the hard way. I don't yell. I don't scream in the street. I document. Photos. Timestamps. Videos. Drone shots showing the markers clear as day, his road bending right onto my property like it belonged there. Then I call Laura Whitaker, property attorney in town with the calmest voice you've ever heard, like she's already 3 moves ahead. Send her everything, footage, maps, his filed docs. She clicks quietly for a minute. Then, okay. Wow. Lawyers don't say wow unless it's bad. What? This isn't just trespassing, she says slow. He signed sworn statements claiming he had access through your driveway. County approved based on that. Pause. And unless you signed something and forgot. That's false. I laugh short, bitter. Nope. Didn't sign jack. Another beat. Then the line that changed the game. Good. Because that means we have leverage. 24 hours later, cease and desist lands on Trevor's desk. Full evidence packet attached. No response. Instead, his project manager calls Laura next day, all irritated. Probably just a miscommunication. We'll move the bulldozer soon. Soon. Laura, deadpan, defines soon. Silence. Look, schedules are complicated. That's all she needed. Delay equals momentum for him. So she files emergency injunction, legal red button. Judge sees credible unlawful activity. Boom, construction freezes. 48 hours later, site goes dead quiet. Excavators parked. Trucks idle. Whole project on ice. Bad enough for Trevor, delays bleed cash fast. But the killer? Laura attached his signed docs to the filing. County planners see the sworn lie. Open investigation. Suddenly he's not arguing with one grumpy vet. He's explaining fraud to regulators. Week later, letter arrives. Planning commission meeting. Public. I show up, room full of officials, locals. And surprise, pissed off future buyers who'd already dropped deposits. Trevor walks in, no shades, just papers and a nervous lawyer. Meeting starts. Planning director lays it out cold. Discrepancies in secondary access route. Looks at Trevor. Your application states access secured through neighboring property. Trevor clears throat. Yes. Correct. Director nods my way. Owner submitted docs, no agreement exists. Room goes pin drop quiet. Fire marshal speaks next. Over 10 homes? Code requires 2 emergency accesses. No driveway access. Only one road. Doesn't meet fire safety. Oxygen sucked out. Buyer stands up. Wait. So you can't build. Fire marshal, no sugar. No secondary access, no permits. Trevor's lawyer jumps. We're resolving. Cut off. You stated in signed docs it was secured. Whispers ripple. Buyers glare. Trevor stares at table. Short recess. They return. Chairman reads flat. Due to misrepresentation. Approval revoked. 14 luxury homes. Poof. Gone. He tried appealing, they always do. But public record plus investigation equals banks pull funding. Investors vanish. Construction never restarts. 6 months on, foreclosure signs nailed to a post. Land auction to conservation group. They started replanting. Young firs along the line, habitat coming back. Weeds now choke the gravel they dumped over my line. These days I sit on the porch some evenings, creek murmuring, deer slipping through new saplings, and think back to that bulldozer parked like it owned me. Trevor figured one guy wouldn't fight City Hall. Or County Hall. One lie on paper, and his whole empire crumbled. Was it worth it? People ask that. From outside, yeah, maybe just a driveway spat. But it was never the driveway. It was the assumption, push hard enough, move fast enough, create enough momentum. And the little guy folds. It's temporary. Don't hold up progress. That pressure works. Until it doesn't. Because temporary becomes permanent real quick if nobody calls bullshit. And the real power? Not money. Not machines. It's the paper trail. One crack in the sworn docs, whole thing collapses. I never set out to nuke his project. If he'd walked over day one, Hey, need access for a week, can we talk? We'd probably have figured something neighborly. But he skipped the talk. Declared it his. Put the lie in black and white. Once that's in official records. You're not fighting a neighbor anymore. You're fighting accuracy, and accuracy doesn't negotiate. So the woods are healing. Trees growing back. Quiet returned. And yeah, there's a certain quiet satisfaction watching karma do the heavy lifting. But now I'm wondering, if you pulled up tomorrow and found heavy equipment blocking your drive, some developer swearing they had access, what would you do? Fight tooth and nail? Try talking first? Or shrug and figure it's not worth the hassle? I'm dead serious. Drop your take below. Have you ever dealt with something like this? What side of the line would you land on? Push back hard? Or let it slide? Tell me. I read every one.